shops. Kitty White has worked in print shops, offices, and hospitals. She has met and interacted with an assorted group of folks. Along the way, she has found ways to manage difficult clients, and she's going to share her experiences with us today. Kitty White with how to manage difficult clients. Thank you.
I think we've all had an encounter with a person we would consider difficult. I know that I have several times in my career. And that's the person that when their number comes up on my phone, my stomach just clenches. And if I have to go in their office, I have to take a lot of deep breaths before I walk through that door. They can be intrusive, they can be rude, they can be downright nasty. But usually, unfortunately, they are either my boss, my best client, or the person I have to work with on a project. Fortunately, these are not the only people in my life. So what are the telltale signs of a difficult person? They make transactions harder than they have to be. They talk over you. They're constantly challenging you or questioning you and your ability. They brag about themselves and their own accomplishments. And they just don't behave the way we want them to behave. So I came up with 5 tips that I use. And the first is, a lot of times we're meeting people that we've never met before, and somebody's told us that they're a difficult person to work with. And so, thank you. We need to go in there with an open mind. We need to make our own relationship with that person and not count on someone else to give us their opinion, because that's what it is, just their opinion. So I try to treat others with positive regard and focus and build on their strengths. Now sometimes that relationship doesn't gel. We may just be on different pages, different backgrounds, but they're clients, they're not kin. Second, I don't take anything they say personally. It's, again, their opinion. In my profession, the relationship is very important because I'm a counselor. But I don't gel with everybody. And that's okay. They can find someone else that can. Or they're just really not ready to do the work that is involved in counseling. Because I don't have a magic wand to change them. They have to participate. Third, I try to understand them. Stephen Covey, the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, said, seek first to understand, then to be understood. So I do that. I try to understand where this person is coming from, why they're having objectives, what they may be struggling with in their lives. And what I know from my own work is that people who strike out at others are probably suffering from some emotional or even physical pain. If they're boastful, then it's because they're insecure. And a salesman once told me, people love to talk about themselves. So I use that technique to kind of bring them closer, have them open up, so I can, again, get to know them better. Sometimes I've been misunderstood. My role has been misunderstood. So I have to educate the person about really what is my role as a therapist, and then what their role is as the client and their responsibilities. And fourth, I can't control the people, other people. I can only control myself and my reaction to them. I try to look beyond what they're showing me. What's going on behind that mask they wear? A woman I once worked with was a very proper lady. She was very, if you told a joke, she would kind of put a downer on it. She'd, come up with the facts instead of just going with the joke. She kind of reminded me of the church lady from Saturday Night Live. She had an air of just knowing it all, and she was a very brilliant person, very brilliant. But what I didn't know is that she had a husband at home who was disabled. So she not only cared for him, because her background was a nurse, but she had to support the family too, the two of them, they were older. Once I knew that, it was easier for me to understand where she was coming from, because she wasn't able to socialize, like a lot of us were, and have more empathy for her. And it changed our relationship. I was able to work with her better. And fifth, there's nothing I can do to change a person. As a therapist, I can't help someone, again, unless they're ready to take those necessary steps. Just like with people with addictions, they have to stop using their substance before they can participate in therapy. So, as I said earlier, my only way of control is how I react to them. By changing my reaction, it kind of undermines their response. It changes the whole thing. Another thing I learned from AA, or Al-Anon, I should say. So I can respect and understand their point of view without agreeing to it. An example would be, Mr. Smith, I can understand it would appear this way, but have you considered it may actually be this way? Difficult clients are created by a perception that we put on others. Have you ever been the difficult client? I found treating others with respect and dignity always serves me well.